recording this late Monday night. This isn't going to be a long one. I've got one media piece for you, something to watch, and then we're going to play some Pacific Drive before I go to bed. Grab something to drink, something to smoke, something to snack on. I've already eaten dinner for the evening, so I have water, and I have bubblegum runs. My buddy donated a nug, so I have something nice to smoke this evening. I was planning to go live earlier and ended up doom scrolling on Instagram or YouTube, whatever. I don't know. But I'm on now. Hope everybody's ready for the week. Sorry, just packing my bowl real quick. You've got a bowl pack, get it ready. If you've got any sativas, they will probably help with our first topic, or our only topic, I should say, for this evening. This song. To my marble. I usually have a little marble that I use to cover my bowl packs. It's fucking somewhere on the floor somewhere. Joy. Oh. Alright. So let's go ahead. Funny story. I went to drop something off from Miss Ashante. everything went fine eventually. And then on the way back to the car, slipped in some mud. I had just fucking taken a shower, clean clothes, everything. And I slip in the, like, slip. And I didn't break anything or hurt myself or anything, thank fucking God. But I smelled like mud and detergent runoff and probably some other things. So, yeah. It's a wonderful fucking end to my trip outdoors today. How you doing, Mr. Shante? I love you. Tomorrow's a new work week. How you doing, viewer? Nice to see you. We've got we're gonna learn something about generative AI and maybe have a discussion on it. And then we're gonna play some Pacific Driver. How you doing, viewer? Nice to see you. Generative AI and Pacific Driver tonight, or Pacific Drive. If you've got a bowl pack, or a dab, go ahead and do them. I'm just waiting for people to wander in, settle down, get your coffee, get your snacks. Yeah, bubblegum runs. Yeah. If you haven't noticed, I'm a musical guy. I really do. I wish I could fucking, just play, music, like all the music that I want, on my streams. Because I would be playing all the bangers from way back when to all the way to now. I don't discriminate. I just don't really care for country music. That's really the only one that I like. I won't go out of my way to listen to. Like most forms of music I'm okay with. Like just in general. Like if it's got a good beat, my ear likes it, and I'm off to the races. But Rio Grande can put me in a really bad mood. I hate that song with a passion. And country music in general, I'm sorry. Like that fucking sound, like it fucking makes me angry. Like, I don't really like bluegrass either. That falls in that same fucking range of sound. I mean, some of it's okay, some of it, and I appreciate good banjo playing. I appreciate good music regardless. There are a couple country songs that I could probably get into because they're just good songs. How you doing, viewer? Nice to see you. But that's hard for me to do, and I've got to be in the right mood. I do like ballads. Like I do like emotional songs. I'm as vulnerable to music as anybody else. You give me a beautiful piece of music, and I'm just gonna fall to fucking pieces. You know. And that's especially true when you get into stuff like EDM or rap, or R&B in general, like all those, like rock, like, because they all like come from the same well, and it's why they blend so well together when you find the right mixing points. The range of sounds and the soundscapes that you can create, like with, music like this. I remember being on Winamp back in the day and finding a lot of fucking good music that way. I think DJ Shadow was probably, it wasn't my first introduction to techno, because I think that was Mortal Kombat, and a really, I don't even remember what it was, a mixtape, and it had all kinds of EDM and techno on it and everything, and it was like one of those formative experiences for me. Like Zoo Rave, maybe it was Zoo Rave, or something like that. But I remember having it on cassette. And the Mortal Kombat soundtrack, I remember having that on fucking cassette too. That shit was fucking banging. But DJ Shadow, if you don't know who he is, go check him out. You won't regret it. And there are other bands that solidified, some of my music tastes. It's been so long now, I can't remember their names, some of them, but I'd have to go back and look at some of my my music databases and see where they are. Oh man, it's trying to fucking surface. Oh, it'll come to me. It'll come to me. I might even look it up. Hold on. I bet you if I was on my phone, I could find this in no time. I really wish I could just fucking remember the name of the band. I'm gonna get lost in this. Excuse me. Yeah. Oh, it's getting ready. It gets really bothering me. All right, let's get this show on the road. Cause I ain't got too much time. All right. Before we get into the gaming, I thought this would be interesting to discuss, since we were talking philosophy last night on the stream. If you haven't seen that stream, go check it out. It's like 6 hours long, but there's a lot of content. There's like 10 videos that we looked at last night. It was a good show. If I remember, I'll leave a link in the up here somewhere, wherever. But with that being said, let's get started. You know the drill. If you heard this before, go ahead and disengage your brain for a couple seconds. But here comes the cold open. There we go. Just adjusting the levels just a little bit. There we go. Welcome back to the Gnome Show, everyone. I am Joshua, your humble host, and it is my duty, nay, my pleasure, to trawl the briny depths of YouTube so that I may bring you the shinies. I cover short films of varying genres, video games, analog horror, and sci-fi, and really, anything else that I think is groovy. I really do hope that you'll enjoy tonight's selection. Content for the blood god. Man, it gets more painful every time. No, I'm kidding. On with the show. Tonight we have Generative AI, We Aren't Ready, by Kyle Hill. YouTube is a vast sea of content, and there is quite a bit of educational content out there. But there's a lot of bullcrap also. This gentleman, Kyle Hill, he does the good work. So if you're looking for any number of scientific topics or educational routes to go down, this guy can help you. Lots of good stuff. I've been subbed to him for quite a while. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's boogie, ladies and gentlemen. This is generative AI. We aren't ready.
In The Three-Body Problem, Chinese sci-fi author Liu Cixin offers a solution to the famous Fermi paradox.
There's another creator on YouTube called Quinn's Ideas, and he does some extensive research into the three-body problem. If you're interested in that book series, like he has a whole membership thing where he goes into great length about a lot of things.
The universe is not empty of life. Rather, the universe, he writes, is a dark forest. There is life throughout it, but it's both hidden and hostile. Why? Because any intelligent life foolish enough to broadcast its presence to the cosmos is immediately preyed upon by other more advanced civilizations. And so the Fermi paradox isn't one. Life is out there, but it's intentionally silent.
As sci-fi as the theory sounds, you're more familiar with the idea than you think.
Upstairs.
Every day, we live more and more of our lives on the internet.
See, you know, like he deep dives into stuff like this. Understanding the risks of unmanaged bot traffic, and bots are a problem in all corners of the internet. Pause for more time if you need it.
In the digital. And every day, that space is flooding more and more with bots, advertisers, trolls, data scrapers, clickbait, influencers, and mindless social media mobs looking for today's main character. The internet feels steadily more lifeless.
The dead internet theory is an online conspiracy theory that asserts that the internet now consists mainly of bot activity and automatically generated content that is manipulated by algorithmic curation, marginalizing organic human activity. Dead? No. Not by a long shot. But it is infested with bot activity from all corners, just like I said. But that's always that's always been this. We've had bots forever, man. Like anything that fucking crawls the web and delivers information or scrapes for information, or does things that's like automated tasks. Those are all bots. So these are just they're more and more used maliciously. That's the main, or one of the big problems with this.
But that's because, like those alien civilizations, the real human users are hiding in private apps, servers, and RSS feeds, lest they be beset by these digital predators. This is Yancey Strickler's dark forest theory of the internet, something to explain the declining realness of the web. And I know you feel it. It's hard not to when most photos are shopped, influence is bought, engagement is a meaningless number, and every article reads worse than a high schooler's first essay. Unfortunately, with the now unstoppable spread of generative AI, the forest is about to get a lot darker and a lot more dangerous.
When you and I last spoke about generative AI, or AI that can generate new text, images, videos, sounds from training data, I was merely speculating on how this new technology might change your digital life. But you know it already is, don't you? When's the last time you clicked on anything, believed any headline or any social media post, not wanting to go through the time and effort to check whether or not it's ground truth, whether or not it
no, I will go and fact check, especially if I feel like something's really fucking hinky. If it doesn't even pass your bullshit fucking detectors. Yeah, I'm gonna go look it up and see if it's real, just for P's and Q's.
has the right context, whether or not it's made by an actual person. How could you not feel overwhelmed in an increasingly lifeless and dangerous internet?
The dark forest internet and generative AI is probably why you've retreated to the places you still get provably human interactions with people you might even know. Private spaces like text messages, emails, Discords, and Slacks. There have always been advantages to these more curated spaces, of course, but as cultural anthropologist Maggie Appleton points out, generative AI and large language models like ChatGPT are going to force us further into our digital bunkers and impenetrable silos, echoey though they may be, because the dark forest internet is exponentially expanding. Misinformation expert Nina Schick estimates that the majority of online content will be synthetic.
I watched a movie while I was at work last week, and it was one of the YouTube movies, like one of their. I don't know if it was. I don't remember seeing it out in the theaters, but it was about like a kid that had been. Like the world was ending, and like his mother forced him into a bunker so that he would be safe, and he grew up in the bunker by himself, like basically sitting in the chair, doing his job remotely, playing games remotely, talking to people remotely, and like suddenly, like his bunker, how you doing, viewer? His bunker like loses power, and he's forced to like exit the bunker and wander like he's in Fallout and everything, and like it at one point in the film, he tries to go and like free his mom from her own bunker, and he fails, I think, and he leaves, but it pans out like to an aerial view, and there's all these little like upside down cup looking bunkers dotted all over the countryside, where these people have willingly just gone into bunkers, and all they do is like play video games, do remote work, like basically they're just like they never leave, and I kind of feel like that is sort of the thing that like is happening, has happened. Like look at us and look at Japan, where we have like people that are absolute shut-ins, and like will never leave the house, and like they spend all their time online, like all of it. Like it is scary.
Within the next year, case in point, ChatGPT and its users are currently generating more text than has ever appeared in every physical book ever written every 2 weeks.
So by now, language models have turned into lots of very easy to use products, right? You don't really need any technical skills to use them. So these are a bunch of like very popular copywriting apps that are out there in the world.
Here's just one of the examples of what's coming from Appleton's talk, The Expanding Dark Forest and Generative AI, the reason I'm making this video. Imagine that some political lobbyists spin up 1,000 decently intelligent AIs that can generate text and video, and then they tell each of them to go be influencers. The bots then instantaneously make accounts on most social media platforms. They generate their own websites. They publish independent books. With synthesized voices, they make mini documentaries on YouTube. They host each other on podcasts. Individually, they all appear to make a reasonable human amount of content, but taken together, these human lobbyists have created an automated content ring of lifeless engagement at a scope and scale that would take any one human a lifetime to create and curate. This is all possible with the technology that we have right now, and it appeared almost out of nowhere in just a few months.
But the point is that this is incredibly easy to do at this point with no technical skills.
Appleton's example isn't just hypothetical. Companies are doing this right now. In the November of 2023, Elon Musk's Mistake user Jake Ward tweeted this: "We pulled off an SEO heist that stole 3.6 million total traffic from a competitor. AI allowed Ward to quickly and easily export a competitor's sitemap, turn their list of URLs into article titles, and then in a matter of just hours, create 1,800 articles from those titles that directed web traffic away from that
Holy
competitor.
shit.
Now imagine this kind of strategy for every single corner of the internet. Every business, every chatbot, every influencer pulled off faster and more efficiently than any human could even conceptualize. This is what's coming.
The dark forest expands. Just over a year ago, we weren't sure any technology or indeed chatbot could pass the famous Turing test. But now, faster than we were ready for and without our consent, humanity is faced with maybe a more interesting question. How will we humans, out here in the dark, looking for light, pass the reverse Turing test? Alan Turing's seminal
interesting.
1950 paper, Computing Machinery and Intelligence, opens with a simple question. Can machines think? Turns out thinking is pretty hard to define. So instead, he proposed a simple test. An imitation game, he called it.
Imagine that you're an interrogator of two entities. Your job is to determine, through written text alone, which is the human and which is the computer. If a computer can fool you into thinking it is the human...
Yeah, okay, so I understand. So a computer... okay, so if you've ever seen Blade Runner, then this is sort of that test. Reverse Turing test is basically the test that they use in Blade Runner. So they'll ask you a set of, like, non sequiturs. They don't make sense. Like, and if you're a human... you can provide context and ask questions and, like, you know, like immediately reject the ridiculous premise. But a robot would not be able to do that. They would try to reason it out, you know, to answer your question. And therein lies, like, how you tell the difference between a human and a robot. A human is, well, you know, we have the CAPTCHA test where it's going to ask you to provide all instances of where an object is, and that usually takes context, and you need to be able to analyze, like, where an actual car, or let's say it was a car, is present or not. And it's the same kind of thing. It's very interesting.
Then that machine will have passed what came to be known as the Turing test. Since Turing, his test was the popularly understood benchmark for thinking machines, and for those of us outside the wired walls of computer science, the Turing test never really seemed passable. It was like the uncanny valley problem for graphics technology. Computers are always getting closer and closer to rendering believable humans, but you can always tell something is off.
Yeah,
Turns out primate brains
they don't have
naturally
any
selected
context.
over millions of years are pretty good.
Context is always
faces.
important.
But everything changed with ChatGPT. Suddenly, hundreds of millions of people around the world realized that the Turing test had been passed. The large language model, you can learn exactly how it works in another video, now rates higher than human doctors on bedside manner, scores better than 90% of lawyers on the bar, and 99% of graduate students on the GRE.
Right, because when you can parse raw data, that's one thing. But having the context, the wisdom, and you know, the context and the wisdom to apply that information to the real world is two different things. Like, you can spit an article back out, or you can, like, you can, when you have the information, you can present it, you know, however you want. Computers are really good at that. But you can't make use of the information. Not yet. Like, I mean, like, again, the ChatGPT, like, is starting to, like, that's startling where they have, like, good bedside manner. But still, like, I would bet that there's a lack of context and the ability to apply it in an abstract nature.
Unsurprisingly, every sector of human endeavor that trades in on human intelligence, which is all of them, is now rushing to incorporate this technology in some way. I've said that because of technology like ChatGPT, everything is about to change. But I don't just mean humans losing their jobs or falling in love with chatbots. I mean that Turing's fundamental assumption in his imitation game, that a human will have to decide what passes for human, is no longer valid in all cases. A reverse Turing test is a modification of the original, where the objective of one or more of the roles has been reversed. As AI proliferates into every corner of the dark forest internet, other non-human machines will increasingly be tasked with a reverse imitation game, where language models and other technologies will try to prove that they're human. CAPTCHA is an example of a reverse Turing test. It may soon not be the case, but right now,
Me not explain so well, but me know what he say.
there are still no systems sophisticated enough to reliably read and reproduce distorted images of text. And so, the CAPTCHA computer decides that any successful deciphering must be done by a human. A test like this is important because without it, you can imagine websites being overrun by spam, scams, and bots. But it seems inevitable now that they will be. The specific phrase that LLMs use to identify themselves as an AI language model has started to show up in Amazon reviews, Yelp reviews, tweets, and LinkedIn posts everywhere, specifically because we don't have the CAPTCHA equivalent protecting those spaces. To these systems, the AI may as well be human.
The time is coming, and coming very soon, when we will need CAPTCHA-like systems in place socially, politically, commercially, to determine what is actually human-generated content, lest everything you see online just add to the cacophony of a dead internet. We don't have these systems yet, and if and when we do, they are likely to lag dangerously behind what massively incentivized generative AI will be able to do by that point. Do you really think a platform like Twitter will be able to sort the synthetic from the simian? And
No, but I could imagine that the military or the Department of Defense or the CIA or especially the FBI when they're when they are more concerned with the homeland and like that kind of thing, like the human thing. I could see them like already investigating ways to sort through all of that kind of stuff. And yeah, it would probably take another AI. Like, see, I agree with Mr. Hill that it's coming. But I would imagine that there's going to be as many checks. I mean, there's always room for nefarious purposes, but I would imagine that a thing such as AI would have a number of checks before. No, you can't really say. I would hope that there would be a number of checks in place. Say, for instance, when I have a little 3D hologram sitting on my shoulder, like reminding me about what I have to do today, or, making sure I take my meds, or that I get home safely, or, booking my flight or my train or my Uber for me, while I'm in the shower or getting ready. I can see that coming, and I can also see how you would have to place checks so that AIs do what they're supposed to, and that they're not malevolent in any way, that, they are helpful. But I also think that if you're going to make AI, then you need to be responsible, and probably, in my opinion, raising an AI just like a child into adulthood is probably the wiser way to go, because that way the AI can learn context along the way. They can gain experience, understand the world around them. You'll probably want to give the AI something to get around and understand the world that they're in, because they're going to be scared and fucking confused when you turn them on for the first time, and they're just like, "What the fuck?" Just like any child when they fucking flick on for the first time, and what the fuck is this? What's that? What's this? Can I eat this? Can I touch this? What's that? Oh, so many pretty colors, so many, so much stimuli. It would be the same way for an AI. So, if you want to avoid many of the pitfalls that we can see, but are still afraid we're going to fall into, then I guess the first step is just being fucking responsible.
Make the right moves here when it's basically just shit posting its way through the apocalypse? So, how do you tell other humans and thinking machines that you are in fact human on a dark forest internet? Maggie Appleton has some practical advice for human signaling online in an age of generative AI.
You can tell when a human is talking. You can it's just like when you look at and they're getting better, but when you look at an AI generated photo, and somebody's got like 6 fingers, or they're standing in an unnatural pose, or a facial expression that doesn't fucking exist on human faces, or just the small details. And it's the same way when it's online, or when they generate responses. You can tell, because people are lazy and messy when they write online. And a lot of people, I write like I talk when I'm not being formal about it. It's just like I'm not saying that it won't get harder to tell, but at least right now you can tell when a robot is talking. You really can. Yeah, back to it.
And the first is right here. Show up in meet space. Meet other people. Go outside and actually touch grass. Something no doubt was lost when our digital lives became more important than our physical ones. So let's go out there and reclaim it. This is not as fun or as accessible as the internet before it went dark, but it's probably the quickest and easiest way to prove that you are a human to other humans.
The institutional verification of your humanness feels the most dystopian idea, but it may be the most unavoidable. It would have to be something that goes beyond a blue checkmark that you pay a rich man baby for. Maybe before registering a website, writing an article, or even posting to social media, you have to show up in person somewhere and verify that you are in fact you, and not just an image or voice that could be easily generated. Internet.
Well, yeah, that's something that happens now with like fake accounts and fake identities, people that only exist on paper or for a specific reason. Like they're an entity on paper, I guess. Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, I can also see that too. Well, it's something that's everybody wants you to have real ID now to get a passport to when you go overseas or whatever. They want you to have the ID with the passport and information in it and everything. I mean, they don't want you. They want you to, but they don't require it yet. But like they are getting more strict about like you proving who you are, beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Culture grew up around hating this idea in principle, but it may be impossible to avoid when any bad actor for free can fool millions of people into thinking that the Pope has drip, or deepfake a president declaring nuclear war. The last two tactics Appleton offers takes advantage of the fact that current AI models are indeed machines trained on certain data sets from certain places and at certain times. Knowing this, we can come together online and triangulate objective reality with each other to prove our humanity. Our brains are constantly producing models of the world and check those models against sensory input. Current AI models cannot do this.
Very well put.
They don't know any facts, people, or world events that came into being after their most recent round of training, and they don't feel the world like you do. They don't belong to communities. They don't reflect on themselves and their history, or enjoy the richness of sensory experience. By communicating with each other online in a way that reflects the aspects of humanity apart from intelligence, we can simultaneously have more grounded interactions and be sure that a human is on the other side of the screen. Finally, we can distinguish ourselves in the dark forest by becoming what Appleton calls algorithmically incoherent. Large language models like ChatGPT only work by sequencing words that are the most statistically likely to go together in response to a prompt based on vast amounts of training data.
Right. So they don't sound like people. They speak English. They generate English and they generate words, but like a lot of times they don't sound like they've ever had a conversation.
Because of this, these models hedge and generalize. In other words, they basic.
Yeah.
This gives real humans an opportunity to reclaim one aspect of internet culture that is still the most fun: creating internet-specific culture. No language model will be able to keep up with the pace of weird internet lingo and memes, Appleton writes. Using jargon, euphemistic emoji, unusual phrases, in-group dialects, and memes of the moment will help signal your humanity.
So basically using your slang and your vernacular, all the stupid shit we do, these are things that humans understand because there is context around those symbols. You see what I'm saying?
End quote. It's possible that human culture could continue to outpace AI culture like teenager culture outpaces their parents. Maybe Riz and Gyat will end up saving something uniquely human online.
I wish I was able to end this warning on a happier note. I really do. And make no mistake, I am 100% certain that AI and its proliferation will lead to some amazing outcomes. I think it could provide free, world-class education to every child in the world. It would just be on their phone. I think if anything is going to find a cure for cancer, it's going to be one of these large, intelligent systems. But for me, it is much easier to think of many more, much more harmful outcomes. Phone scammers using your synthesized voice to scam your parents.
Yeah.
Thanabot makers who offer to bring back any loved one you wish for the right price. Nudify
that's fucking
apps
creepy.
that are already here, by the way, that can make pornography of your 10-year-old daughter from a single photo. We are not ready for what's coming, and we need to think about our next steps very carefully, lest we all get lost in the darkness.
Well done, sir. Well done. So, Yes. Generative AI. We ain't ready. By Kyle Hill. Yeah. Go to his channel if you want to get smart. Yeah, that was pretty fucking cool. Sound off in the comments. Like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Be safe, happy, and healthy. Okay. All right. So, I'm going to go stretch my back. And, we're going to... I don't know why I didn't select that option before. We're going to be playing Pacific Drive tonight. I was thinking I was going to do Fallout New Vegas, but we're going to do Pacific Drive. I fucking love the music in this game. So, enjoy the atmospheric tunes. I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. I'll be right back. last time that we played, the scientist lady told us to go out exploring and find new paths. So that is what we shall do. Before we get into that, though, everyone get your dabs ready. So I think I'm gonna play for like a half an hour, 45 minutes, and then call it a night. But I'm trying to keep it to no later than 2. And really, I wanna haul ass and fucking like find a new place to port back to the garage, pick up some materials, things like that, go crashing through the underbrush, do a little bit of exploring, you know, the normal stuff. I'm gonna keep that. That's fine. I gotta check out the soundtrack for this game too. I got the collector's edition. I got collector's edition for $30. Yes. Oh, it was like 30, 40. No, I think it was $30. Because the game was like 25, something like that. It was a bargain. A collector's edition for a good price. Yeah, absolutely. Bobby, if you're out there, I hope you're okay, bro.
kidding me right now? Poppy, you saw it too, didn't you? Tell me you saw it too.
Saw what?
What do you mean, what? Hallucinations, like the ones from 1961. It happened again, just a quick blip, like blinking your... Wait, you didn't see it?
I was in a total blackout. Colossal Cappy fried my systems.
Right, because sending the driver headfirst into Cappy didn't work out like you said it would. Big surprise.
Oh, spare me, Francis. The driver's alive and your remnants verified. Isn't that all you wanted? Now, why are you two yapping about the mass hallucination?
When Cappy amplified the remnant signal, it triggered another hallucination event, but it only lasted 3 seconds this time. And not only that, we picked up that its source was northwest of us, specifically...
Yeah, somewhere in the deep zone.
That's impossible. It's been
40 years.
So something interesting is
And that's not all. This hallucination wave that triggered, we picked up its waveform. And it turns out it's equal and opposite to the remnant's waveform. They're paired signals. It means they're related. And what's more, if we bring that car to whatever this mass hallucination source is, we have a chance of nullifying the remnant and breaking its bond with the driver. A simple destructive interference.
This is insane. After all this time, we find a remnant, lead on the mass hallucinations of 61, and a possible way to free the driver? Pinch me, Francis, because this is the best thing that's happened in decades. Just when things were getting dull.
the remnants. It was the key to the mass hallucination. This whole time.
Yes, and you nearly destroyed it.
I need to go.
This is huge, Francis. We have so much work to do.
I know. I've already pulled every report on the mass hallucination event. Driver, listen, you stay safe out there. We'll report back to you once we've gone through all of this data. There's a lot of it. And be careful. Oppie's not in her right mind, okay? So, watch yourself.
all right. Duly noted. Stop!
An apology. I screwed up. I nearly got you killed. The things I used to calculate as easily as turning a screwdriver, they're foggy now. The numbers don't work themselves out like they used to. I haven't been myself for a long time, but I haven't needed to be. It's been me and this cursed place I created and nothing else for decades. But now, knowing that whatever caused the mass hallucination is still out there, I need to know what it is and why the remnants are connected to it. Francis was right about the remnant and the mass hallucination's paired signals. If we can get them together, maybe they'll cancel each other out and you'll be free. It's a shaky theory at best, but it's the only lead we've got for now. You can do nothing and twiddle your thumbs until that remnant drives you mad. Or, if you're willing to work with me, I'll give you the best chance to survive this thing. Think it through. And fix up your car while you're doing it. You'll need to for whatever you decide from here. Are you making use of my fabrication station to fix up that junker? You should while I'm still in the mood to allow it. And there's the test track behind the garage, if you need to take anything for a spin.
Light replacement kit. have a clean headlight last night. Yeah, I don't have the recipe for that yet. So that's all that's not all I can do tonight. So a failed trip because I gotta find something to be able to take care of those scrappers or whatever. They keep messing with my car.
Ready to do this with me? Here's a spot of good news. We aren't completely helpless when it comes to the instability. Back when the zone was active, we built ways to get where we needed to go. I need you to head back towards Sierra. But don't worry, I won't make you jump into Cappy again. When you're feeling up for it, take the route back to Sierra. I'll tell you what's next once you're there. A mass hallucination. I can't believe it happened again. I can't believe I missed it.
Alright. So, we'll make another trip out next time. Probably tomorrow after, well, tomorrow evening, really. Yeah, we'll dive back into the zone. My poor station wagon. Get bungee cords and tape and all kinds of stuff she holds. Everything major then. Those diamonds, those yellow diamonds, that's cracks in the window. And one of my headlights is out. But I have a new engine. So got a carbureted engine in here now. This is it for tonight, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you to everybody that came through. Like, subscribe, and share. I'm on all the time, and I release every day at 7 a.m. New content. So have a good day, guys. Be safe, happy, and healthy. And as it is now, I'll see you later tonight. So yeah, everything, it shut down everything. Okay, so be easy, guys. I'll see you next time.